Here's Johnny.
Take your stinking paws off.
Be cool. Be cool.
You fools! You're in danger! He's alive! He's alive! Wait, 21 gigawatts! Hallelujah! Holy shit! You believe this?
Jack burnt me.
Oh, pretty good to run, girly boy. Stop it!
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. And of course today this is the collection update, just diving back into the horror collection. Still got quite a few left, but a lot of entertaining picks in here, so something that should catch your eye, tickle your fancy, and make you want to go out and buy something. So let's jump right back in. First off, we're going to do a little collection, a box set collection that came out by Scream Factory. It is a really great, it was a great steal. I believe it wasn't too expensive when I got it, and I really wanted to upgrade my DVD collection of this one to Blu-ray. So I picked up the Amityville Horror Trilogy. This is a nice little badass collection. Really great films. I know I have reviewed the first two Amityville horror movies, so check out that. Both Amityville Horror, the original, and Amityville 2, The Possession, are on the channel with reviews, so check those ones out for sure if you haven't even seen them before. But really great films. The first one in the set, the Amityville Horror, really great haunted house film. Starring Margot Kidder and James Brolin in the central parent roles, and they just do a hell of a job taking on weird force that is in their house that they have just bought. It's really great. A very restrained horror film, but really effective, atmospheric, really great classic. Yeah, good stuff. And then we go on to Amityville 2, The Possession. Great continuation of this series, but this is a prequel film where it shows what happens to the people that previously owned the home that the George Lutz and his family buy in the first film. Really crazy, really crazy flick. Just a family just going apeshit crazy after moving into this house. And horrible things happen, and a priest has to take it upon himself to save the family. It's a really cool possession film for sure. Like I said, that review is up on the channel, and so is the original. Definitely check those ones out because they're great classic films, but nobody really talks about them too much. Not really. So yeah, check those ones out. I absolutely love them. So, but this one, the next one, Amityville 3D, I don't know if I'll ever do a review for this one because I'm not really too keen on it. It's decent enough, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, there's something off about the film that just never catches me or never even motivates me to kind of put it out there on the channel for people to see. I might give it another chance, maybe in a little while, but as of right now I have no interest in reviewing this one, but I love to have it in the collection. It's interesting enough. It's an interesting enough flick, and I think that one, yeah, Lori Loughlin, the one who's just the whole college scam, the old Full House Aunt Becky is in this movie. It's just an interesting flick. I don't really have much to say about it, but it's interesting. But let's keep moving on to a great collection of films. These ones are fantastic, if I can just get them in the right order. First off is the classic Don Coscarelli's Phantasm. There's the tall man right in the middle. This, another review up on the channel, Phantasm. It's just a really great surreal flick. Really weird as hell, totally dreamlike. You don't know what the hell is real and what is not. And it's just a really great atmospheric horror, to say the least. Like I said, Don Coscarelli directed this one, as he directed the rest of the series, which kind of vary in quality. I know the one that just came out is supposed to be horrible. I've never seen it. I've only seen 1 through 4, I think. Or 1 through 4 is what I've seen. I like all those ones. They're pretty good. But yeah, really, really great film. This one is the Well Go USA release. I believe this is a 4K restoration. Yeah, I know it's in HD. It's a newly remastered version by J.J. Abrams of Star Wars and Star Trek fame. But yeah, really great pickup. I had to get it when I heard it was coming out on a more high definition Blu-ray release with a better transfer. And I have the actual Sphere, the DVD release with all the films on it. It's actually not here. I think I left it at my parents' or something. I don't know where it went. It's probably over there, but yeah, great film, great pickup, and a great addition to the collection. And let's just keep moving on to the second in the series, Phantasm 2. Amazing continuation. They replaced some of the characters, well, I guess just one of them, but yeah, because Reggie's still in it, and Mike, they switched over. I forget what that kid's name is. I'm not sure. James LaGrosse, maybe? But yeah, this is just a really cool continuation. As demented as the first one, probably, I guess it is on par as being as surreal as the first one. This is a really good continuity of this one and the original. But just a great job. Another weird, wacky story filled with crazy tall man running around town, taking bodies and making miniature little goons to run around the town. It's just, it's really hard to describe these films, but they're just batshit crazy. Like this one and the second one, I have the reviews up on the channel, so check those ones out. And yeah, up next is the third one. I did not do a review on this one. I was debating on it, but it's a great film also. What's the subtitle on this one? Lord of the Dead. Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. And all of these are Well Go USA releases. They all kind of they released them all at the same time. So I decided to pick them all up on Blu-ray because they really are fantastic. But yeah, it's just they're all crazy. The whole story of this whole franchise is just really weird. That's probably the best way to describe it. Really weird, one kick-ass soundtrack, and a lot of memorable moments in these films. Just totally batshit crazy. And just rounded out with Phantasm 4 Oblivion. Now this one, I always seem to get confused. I thought this was the last one that came out, but no, the other one was, I believe it's called Ravager or something like that. Yeah, that one's supposed to be total shit. This one was actually, I remember watching this now once I watched it again this year after I got it. And I was like, oh, so this is the one that I was thinking of when I was watching it as a kid. But yeah, it's not as epic and ambitious as the first three, but it's still an enjoyable film. Some of the original cast members come back. It's really, this is probably the best way to wrap up the franchise. I can't speak for the last one that came out, but from what I heard, it's total shit. But that is my little Phantasm collection. And let's move on to another series. And actually, I have the rest of the films of this series on DVD. I do not know where the hell they're at, but this is the Blu-ray release of Hellraiser. And this one is so messed up, disturbing and disgusting, and just really, really nuts. That if you haven't seen it before, this is Clive Barker's just iconic film. It's got Pinhead in it, the crazy sadistic villain, and yeah, this is just a really great film that'll really get under your skin and just make you feel totally gross. But I'm actually working on a review for this one at the moment, so this will probably be the third movie review that I do coming up. I have two other ones before this one, and then I'll have Hellraiser. But yep, great film, great release. Just had to pick it up on Blu-ray just to make sure I have that high definition classic in the collection. But let's just keep rolling to a film that is totally unlike the bunch I just went through. This one is just a standalone film, very gothic, very atmospheric, very misleading with the title because you think it's a zombie film, but it's not. It's more to do with witches, occult stuff. It is The City of the Dead. I believe it also goes by another title, Horror Hotel. But this movie is just fan-freaking-tastic. I've had it on DVD. I upgraded to the Blu-ray last year. And I believe this is the better Blu-ray of the two releases that are out. There's another release that's I don't think is as good. But this one, picture quality, transfer is amazing. Yeah, it's a really, really cool film. It's got Christopher Lee in a role in the film. But he's not a central focus. But it's a really, really cool, very witchcraft-filled film. Really atmospheric, great visuals, especially the ending scene with the graveyard and just the whole mob of occult people descending on the heroes. It's really, really cool, really atmospheric, like I said. So definitely check this film out. If you get a chance to pick up the Blu-ray, do it. And this is by VCI Entertainment, which has done a lot of shady transfers on DVD in the past, but it seems like they stepped up their game. I know my Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things VCI Blu-ray is really, really great. One of my favorites because it's my favorite film. But yeah, definitely pick this one up. And also, this is on the channel. I believe I reviewed this one a few years back. So definitely check out my City of the Dead movie review. Great, great stuff. Alright, let's keep moving on to another strange oddity that has nothing to do with all these previous films. It is the campy 80s horror adventure, The Gate. A very, 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 very strange film. One that I actually reviewed recently, so that one's also on the channel. A lot of these ones I'm hitting on are on the channel, so it's a good pick, good bunch here. But yeah, Stephen Dorff plays the main role, the main kid, who's trying desperately to undo a whole bunch of crazy stuff that starts happening around his house because of a fallen meteorite and it's just a whole bunch of weird stuff happens to this kid, and he has to kind of seal the gates of hell that he opened up accidentally. Him and his friend and his sister. But yeah, it's a really cool film. It's definitely got that 80s adventure kind of kid vibe to it, and it has a lot of weird, strange, unsettling parts. I remember watching this as a kid. I was just totally freaked out. And I mentioned it in my movie review too, that the house here was 150 was the address, and my house growing up was 150, so I was always scared that all this crazy shit was going to happen to me, and that I would have an eyeball on my hand that I'd have to stab with a piece of glass. So yeah, it really freaked me out. I believed it was going to happen to me. But watching it now as an adult, it's just fun, enjoyable, and a good time overall. So definitely check out this film if you've never heard of it before. Check out the review on the channel. And yeah, and this is a Vestron video release for this bad boy. So I know Vestron does a lot of cool releases. I always wanted to get the Chopping Mall Blu-ray release of Vestron put out, because that movie's it's just ridiculous. But let's move on to something more serious, shall we? It is one of my favorites, a very, very atmospheric gem that nobody talks about, starring Dennis Hopper of all people. Why did I say Hooper? It's a Curtis Harrington film, Night Tide. Now this one is fan-freaking-tastic. Like I said, atmospheric as all hell. It just centers around a Navy soldier, or whatever you call him, on leave in this really, really kind of empty town, coastal town, and he runs into an attraction, or he finds a girl, this beautiful girl, but she kind of like acts really strange, but she's a mermaid at an attraction, a seaside attraction. But he starts to have weird suspicions that there's something just not right about her, and pretty much the town in general. But yeah, it's really mysterious, Really, really odd. Right here it says alongside Carnival of Souls and Night of the Living Dead. So it does have that similar kind of weird feel to it like those films. Definitely check this one out for sure, because this is just pure, it's a pure gem that really more people need to see or at least talk about because it is outstanding. But like all these other ones, there is a review up on the channel for Night Tide. Definitely check that out as soon as you can. They don't make films like this anymore, and it's a damn shame. But let's keep moving on to our last couple. And it is a Wes Craven classic. Put out on Arrow Blu-ray. And I probably got like a deluxe edition of this because it's pretty fat, man. Boom! It is The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah, this one's a disturbing film. Especially just the premise is pretty much a family traveling through the desert to get to California, I believe it is. And they break down and they're just besieged by a bunch of crazy ass mutated people from nuclear fallout testing, and they're just kind of raped, murdered, and messed with. Burned alive, I mean, you name it. And the most disturbing thing is it's a family, so it's like an extended family, like a mom and a dad and their kids who have kids, and there's a baby involved. It's just very messed up how this family just crumbles and tries to survive, and it's really, really warped. It's a warped flick. But yeah, like Dee Wallace is one of the kids, like the grown-up kids that have kids of their own. It's just really cool flick. Michael Berryman, right there, you might remember him from Weird Science, his small little role in it. But yeah, he's supposed to be, he's a really nice guy in person, but in this movie he's just a sick weirdo. But definitely cool little mini set here to pick up from Arrow. It's got a little booklet and everything to it, so it's pretty much the deluxe work, which Arrow mostly does for all of their releases. But totally badass, good pickup, and which leads us to the sequel, The Hills Have Eyes Part 2. And this one was put out by, who the hell put this out? Horizon Movies? Yeah, and it's actually been a long time since I've watched this sequel. I want to say in college we picked it up on like VHS, just messing around and checked it out, and yeah, it was, I can't even remember a lot of it, so I'm gonna have to revisit this one for sure, because my memory is just blank on this film. If I liked it, if I didn't like it, I don't freaking know. But yeah, I had to pick it up because I don't actually have this. I never had it on DVD, so I picked up the Blu-ray to match with my Hills Have Eyes Blu-ray. So I've got the set, Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2. I have the remake, but it's on DVD, and I packed that away with my CD booklets. But yeah, it was a decent remake too. Not too bad. Saw it in theaters and was pleasantly surprised. But guys, I think we came to the end of this video. Hope you liked that one, and I hope there was some gems that you might want to check out for yourself. Like I said, almost 80% of those films have a movie review on the channel, so definitely check that out. Tons of content for you guys to view if you haven't seen it already. But I'm going to end this here, and I will see you guys the next time on the channel if I do a movie review, double feature, collection update, whatever I feel like doing. I will see you next time on the Lucid Nightmare. Alright guys, take care and stay out of trouble. Later.